Okay, can he hear us?
Test, test,
He
test.
can hear us. Good. Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me? I feel like I'm...
There's a little something, something.
Little something, something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not very loud, but it's...
See, and that was the problem I was having, too, is I couldn't hear you very loud, but I could hear myself super loud.
Well...
I can hear you fine. I guess
Okay.
that's all that
I could hear
matters.
you just fine the first game.
Because I was wearing that headset. I can hear you just fine right now, too.
Okay, well, how good is that?
Yeah.
One adjusts on one and one adjusts on the other.
I don't know which one is which.
Your color,
Yeah.
yours is here.
So this is how much I hear other things?
Yes. Yes.
Test, test, 1, 2, test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, test, 1, 2.
That's negligible, if anything.
It's weird. I mean, I could still hear you during the broadcast. Like, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's just not great. It's not, like, the loudest.
That's fine. That's fine.
Good evening and welcome inside the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright, Alberta. It's Game 2 of Hockey Alberta's Senior AA Men's Provincials. I'm Tyler Uremchuk. I'll have your call tonight. Grayson Knudsen alongside me will have your color. This is an ICU video production procast, and tonight's game features the Morinville Kings and the Nanton Palominos. Grayson, a team from the RHL against a team from the North Central. This should be a good matchup.
This should be the most interesting matchup, I think, of the evening, because it's the only matchup on day one here between two league champions. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Ranchland crew does against the team from the North Central. And looking forward to it. A bit of a blowout in game one, so I'm looking for a bit of a closer matchup here in game number 2.
Like you said, the two champions, so this should be an absolutely fantastic game as the puck is set to be dropped here from Wainwright, Alberta. And we are underway. The center for Morinville managed to win it back, and now they find a way to work it in deep. It's turned over quickly now behind the net, but Nanton able to steer it down. Puck hit the official and calming things down, working it up the boards to number 15. That's Kenton Helgeson. Helgeson on his forehand will throw it deep. That shot looked like it was actually going to handcuff the starting goaltender for Morinville, Ty Swab, for his second, but he managed to stay on side, and then a big hit, and Helgeson off to a flying start tonight, setting the tone physically as that puck goes down for an icing.
Why don't we take a closer look at these starting goaltenders, Tyler? For Morinville Kings is number 31, Ty Swab, a 26-year-old out of Edmonton. Spent some time in the AJ and the BCHL and also played at Nate. At the other end, number 31, Brady Rollo, a 25-year-old out of Lethbridge. He also spent time in both the AJ and the BCHLs and a little bit of time in the NCAA's third division.
Face-off won back by Morinville, rimmed around but held in at the line by Beetle. Morinville looking to get it moving out. They'll slow things down, transition D to D, and out of their own end they come. That pass just missed number 19, Mikey Montello. Nanton able to take it over once again, and that puck very high and very out of the play. It cleared all the seats, never mind the glass, and we'll get a stoppage and a face-off back in the Nanton zone.
A little bit of a slow start, couple early stoppages. Maybe allow the teams to get in a couple early changes. Everybody can bump bodies a little bit and get into this one, the first game of the provincial tournament. Always maybe a little bit of nerves going on.
Face-off one back very clean as Beatles back to go regroup. Puck on his forehand, shovels it up the half wall, held in at the top of the line. A long shot deflected, and it just goes through the crease. That one getting a piece at the last second of Ray, but it went wide through. Nanton fires one from outside the blue line, and Swab held on to that, nowhere to go with it, so he holds on for a face-off.
It's an easy save there for the goalkeeper, Swab. There's another chance there. You can see it just deflected wide. Our first real good look of this contest, and there is a close-up of Ty Swab.
Face-off, one back from Nanton. A long shot, it got deflected in front. Getting a piece of that was Tom McRoot. And now Morinville will skate it away from danger over the red line, and they'll dump one in deep, right to the side of Rollo, and then out to the side. Here's Legemadier. Play towards the middle of the ice. Here's Brennan. Brennan lost the handle on it, now back the other way. Leading the rush is a pincing defenseman. It's Tracy. Tracy on his forehand, waits, drops it off. Shot and a nice save by Swab. Off his pad now into the corner, back of the line. Long shot just got deflected. That's Cavell getting a piece of it and putting it down into the corner. Nanton controlling behind the net, a wraparound attempt, and closing the 5-0 once again was Swab. He's been tested early on here tonight. And Morinville just looking to get it out of danger and sends it down for icing.
Yeah, Ty Swab looking real sharp right off the face-off here. This one deflects and almost got through the pillows there, but just got a piece of it there at the last second. And then this rush here, Ty Swab stood up tall there. The angle was pretty sharp, so the shooter really could only go up high, and Swab made sure that his upper body was square to the puck.
Face-off, one back. Dunn controls it. Will flip a backhander down low into the corner. Helgeson was battling down low. Now he regains possession, but it went into his skates and was knocked out by Morinville. That puck chipped in below the goal line, stepping out to play it as Rollo and around. Nault was there to intercept it. Back at the point now, that long shot just whistled wide off the stick of Peltier. Another shot was blocked in front, that time by Beetle, as they start to work their way back in. Helgeson probably the nicest hair in this game flowing out of the back of his helmet. He's flying tonight, and there's a chance in front, but Swab's able to glove it down, and a little bit of pushing and shoveling to go along with that whistle.
Hard on the forecheck here is Nanton, and Kenton Helgeson just trying to throw it in front. Swab alertly grabs that one out of the air and hangs on for another face-off. Nanton with some real good pressure early on, but they haven't found a breakthrough less than 3 minutes in.
Shot clock reads 5-1, 17-19 to go here in the first. We are just underway between Morinville and Nanton here from Wainwright. At the top of the line, that puck just missed the outstretched stick of Barlow. And now it's going to get whistled down, and I believe we're going to get our first power play of the day, and it will go to Nanton. It's a hooking penalty, and it'll go to number 84, Blake Granger. So he'll sit for 2, and Nanton has a chance to get on the board first.
Yeah, Granger just lost the puck there, and he was trying to win it back, but got the stick up a little high, and once the stick goes vertical into the hands, referees are going to call that every single time.
See what we get out of this Nanton power play. They start off with a face-off win down to the half wall. Tracy will work the top of this umbrella formation, and his shot got blocked. Morinville thought they'd have a chance for a break the other way. They got to settle for just an icing as that goes all the way down the ice, and they'll have a chance to change up their penalty killers. Tracy with a head man play, and they go cross ice a couple times to get into the zone. Helgeson was driving in, now he picks it up behind the net. Clearing attempt was blocked. Here's Lackton. Lackton to the middle. Tracy quickly down to the other half wall. Tracy gets it back. Long wrist shot deflected in front, and another nice glove hand save from Ty Swab. His 7th on the game, keeping it 0-0.
Kenton Helgeson involved early on and gets a piece of that one, and Swab, the glove hand in the right spot there, right above the pad, catches that one and holds on.
Luke Loomer on the draw for Nanton. He finished 6th in the Ranchland Hockey League scoring this past regular season. Well over 2 points a game. Shoveled down low where Loomer was waiting for it, but lost it by a step, and now it's shoveled down the ice one more time. A minute to go in the Nanton power play. Blake Granger sitting for hooking. Bit of a sense of urgency here as the Palominos work their way up ice. Beetle will rim one around hard, and they let it go back to the point. Shoveled back down low. Below the goal line to Loomer. Middle of the ice. Beetle had to go off his stick, or off his skate up into the air. Nanton able to hold on to possession. Here's Beetle. Winds, fires, and that shot found a way through his screen, but who was there? Ty Swab swallowing it up once again.
Nanton getting some looks here on this power play. And there's another shot, that one. Swab able to see there, gets a pad on it and holds on. No big rebounds for Ty Swab so far. He's doing a good job of controlling that puck, limiting Nanton to just one chance at a time.
Face-off, one back by Brady Hotmer. Now chance in the middle for Hotmer. Toe save, Swab, rebound! And Swab came to his right and stopped another one with the pad. Nanton pouring on the pressure now. Below the net here, below the goal line, here's Helgeson. Helgeson inside, Lackton, and look at what we have here. Another glove save for Ty Swab.
Ty Swab, what a save. Real good work in the net by Ty Swab. Kenton Helgeson again involved. First save there, he follows up on the rebound. Swab comes out, makes himself big, and then this one, leather larceny from Mr. Swab there as he robbed Keaton Lackton.
He is absolutely dialed in right now. Face off, one back. Here's Lackton, had it hop over his stick and into the neutral zone, and Harris almost picked that off and went for a skate. Delayed offside. Nanton had to tag up. Harris is there to pick it up. And a long stretch pass, which will kill off the remainder of that penalty as Granger steps out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 here, and this game is scoreless in large part thanks to Ty Swab.
10-1 the shots on goal through the first 5 minutes. Swab stopped everything he's seen so far.
We'll see if Morinville can have a bit of a pushback here. Teams battling around in the neutral zone. Trying to spin around a check right there was Denseniuk. He lost it. Play to the middle, picked off by Ray, and now they're going to head right back in. Morinville on the rush. A quick inside-out move and a good job to get a skate on that. Then a stretch pass just hopping over the stick of Loomer, and we're getting some back and forth action here now that the teams have returned to 5-on-5.
Morinville getting a little foray into the offensive zone. Mantello tried to get around his man, but good defensive play there by the Palominos defender, as Morinville has hardly had a look yet. Mind you, they've been shorthanded for a good chunk of the game so far.
Chance here with the offensive zone face-off, but it's lost. Picking up the loose puck now and spinning around down low. It's number 92, Ashton Petersma. Here's Dylan now stepping in over the line, dropping one back. Here's a lane, here's a look, and getting in the shooting lane was number 7, Jordan Lajmadier, and that one seemed to have stung him a little bit.
Yeah, Lajmadier, no worse for wear though. It's just a stinger off the shin pads. He's okay. Is he back to collect this one?
And he rims it around the boards to start the breakout. Quick move at the blue line once again, turning it over is Morinville, and now working it in. Here's Young. Young, a nice inside out move, another chance, and Swab was all over that one once again.
Yeah, Young was able to get around his man here with a little flick up of the puck there, and then tried to beat Swab underneath of that glove hand, but Swab closes up that hole quickly and hangs on.
Really nice play there. I like that, flicking up into the air and then the hand-eye to try bat it through the legs of the defender. Scramble draw, eventually pushed back by Morinville. Nault on the half wall, steps back a little, trying to create some space and go to the middle of the ice to McRae. McRae back towards the middle as Morinville steps in over the line, cutting towards the middle is Nalton. There's a save for Rollo. Back the other way comes Nanton. Draw pass to the line again. They've done that a few times, and that shot is steered aside by the paddle of Swab. Battling down low. And coming away with it is Jesse Slobodian. They'll send that back into the neutral zone. Here's Tracy up to Young. Young with one hand tried to poke it deep. Did not quite get all the way into the zone. But as both teams change, they just kind of ease up here. Morinville at the line. Here's Harris spinning and putting one deep. Good pace to this game so far. Both teams seem to be moving well when it's 5-on-5. They're going to say that one was just tipped at the blue line by Luke Loomer, so icing was waved off. Harris, a quick up to Wilson. Wilson has someone streaking in, looking for the drop, gets it in a shot, and another really solid pad save. Brady Rollo now been tested a few times in the last couple of minutes, and he's standing tall.
Not getting cold after just sitting around watching his counterpart at the other end do all the work so far.
Comes out to play that one. Nanton heads back the other way, head up through the neutral zone. A nice little jump, but a risky one right there by Haste. And that puck will hop over a Nanton stick in their own half wall, and coming back the other way is Morinville, cutting towards the middle, hauled down, arm up. And now Morinville will have a chance to maybe generate a little bit of momentum of their own. They're going to head to a power play. It's Helgeson going to the box for tripping.
First up, that kick save from Swab, putting it into a corner where nobody can get the rebound. And then at the other end, Rollo hasn't done much, but he too does well with that low shot, steering it off to the side. And we'll see if Morinville here can get things going with a power play. Number 15 for Nanton, that's Kenton Helgeson in the box, so a dangerous player having to sit for 2 or less for the Palominos.
Thomas's point shot stopped once and stopped again, so a couple of quick shots for Morinville here on the power play. The first one off the stick of Jordan Thomas. It's Tim Nault going back to scoop it up now. Quick pass to the side. Brennan cross ice. Now back and flow to the middle, and it's picked off, and back the other way they come, working his way in. I actually decided to wait up for a teammate there, and you know what, I actually thought Mickard maybe had a lane to the net there to go with it. He stopped up though on the penalty kill. Now he goes off for a change. Tom Brennan, his shot from a bad angle is eventually swallowed up. Maybe not a bad play there. You just get an offensive zone face-off, allow your team to change units a little bit.
Absolutely. Here's a look at some of the work so far on the Morinville power play. That shot managed to find its way through, but Rollo was there to keep it out of the goal, and then that last opportunity with the shot from a tight angle, Rollo does well to hang on, and like you said, just allow his team to change and kind of reset defensively.
Face off won by Nanton and actually hit a stanchion. That's why you saw it bounce into the middle of the ice there. So with exactly a minute to go here in their opening power play, they'll work it back. Harris to the middle of the ice. Spinning up now is Wilson. Wilson to Carr. Back cross ice, and Peltier had that one bounce into his skates. He couldn't quite handle it. On the side, Wilson, he's going to take a shot and was trying to use Granger, who's cutting to the net as a bit of a screen. Cross ice feed, here's Peltier. Peltier will just send one down low to Harris. Harris tried to do a little spin through the legs pass. He had Granger going to the net, and that didn't quite go. Nanton will clear that down the ice. 20 seconds to go here in the first power play of the game for the Morinville Kings. That pass floated dangerously through the neutral zone, but it connected. Here's Plett. Plett forehand, and he was trying to go on that low blocker side of Rollo, but once again, the Nanton goalie turned that aside. Now here's a rush the other way for Lund. Lund, he's going to fire one. That one goes wide, and once again, it'll rim all the way around. So now Morinville's going to head back. It's a 2-on-2. Plett driving to the net with the puck on his stick was Carr, and he just had that one stick checked from him in the slot. Back to even strength now, and Lund trying to spring Helgas in. That one just hopped over his stick, so it will go for icing, and the faceoff comes back into Nanton's end.
A couple other looks at some of the work of Brady Rollo. That one from Wilson. He's down low and able to close off all the seams there. And then a little bit later, we had Kyle Plett taking a shot that Rollo just kicks aside nicely. So both goalies are well settled in now. 12-7 the shots on goal in favor of the Palominos.
Here's Young now, puck on his back end. Young's had a couple of good looks for a big man. He's got some good hands. Jamadier loses it in the corner. Back into the slot, and that one went off a stick. If it didn't hit a stick, it might have found Barlow wide open in the high slot. Below the goal line, here's Barlow trying for a wraparound. It's eventually taken away by Plett in a hard cross-ice pass. He was looking for Deseniuk, didn't quite get it to him. And they're going to say that hit someone in the bench, so the faceoff will come out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, pretty decent pace so far. Both teams showing they have a little bit of speed. There have been quite a few stoppages, though, so everybody has played a shift or two now, and they're into it. Both teams have had a power play, no goals. The goaltenders have been sharp, so pretty decent hockey through the first half of this first period.
Both teams' head coaches, Lindy Grieg and Wayne Gatza, got to be happy with the first couple minutes from their team. Here's a chance in now, and trying to pick kind of that short side top corner was Brody Eisenbrunner. No dice as he fired it out of play.
Eisbrenner thought he saw a little bit of daylight above the shoulder.
A little bit. I don't know if there was enough for a puck.
Just a sliver over the shoulder of Ty Swab. Eisbrenner, though, didn't quite have the accuracy, and that one was into the netting. Here he is again, though.
Eisbrenner lost it at the line. Here's Ray now, throwing it off to the side. Coming in is Morinville. Spinning up at the line, had it taken away by Matt Dunn. It took a couple chances, but they slowly got out of the zone. Now here's Lund. Lund spins a backhander to the middle of the ice and just kind of got caught up a little bit, moving a bit too slow, and that killed the rush for the Palominos. Crunching hit along the end boards there, and now Montello brings it out for Morinville. Off the boards, was looking for Carr. Nice play by Beadle to step up into the neutral zone. Despite, the shot clock has closed up a little bit. It was 10-1 at one point, but, it still sits at 12-7 in favor of Nanton. But I don't think you could say the game's been that much in one team's favor at all. It's still a lot of momentum here that either side could kind of take, as that one goes down for icing and is blown dead.
It was really just that one early power play, Tyler, where Nanton had so many shots on goal that really inflated that number very early. Here's that chance for Lund. Looked like a potential 3-on-1. I think Lund should just keep going towards the net there. Look for something on his forehand. When you turn around like that, you just slow up, let the defense catch you, and that's kind of what happened there.
We've seen that a couple times from Nanton now, even a short-handed rush where they slowed down and opted for a pass and did not work out in their favor. Play to the top of the blue line. Nanton able to bring it out now. Cutting inside and outside is Hotmer. Hotmer surveys, throws one on net, and Once again, Ty Swab is all over that one. It's only been about 12 minutes and 20 seconds, but I think Swab is in one of those zones where you're going to have to start getting bodies to the net, some traffic in front of him, because if he sees it, he's probably going to stop it.
Brady Hotmer, pretty good shooter though, 24 goals in 19 games during the regular season. Led the team in scoring with 50 points as well. Always dangerous when he has the puck on his stick, even from a tight angle like that.
Down low, below the goal line, good stick in front there by Peltier to knock away a potential scoring chance. Now it bounces into the neutral zone. Taking advantage of that and spinning to fire it in deep was Tom Brennan. Goes off for a change, and Nanton trying to bring it out was Tracy. He got rubbed out. Here's Cavill now. Cavill a shot, and that one went right into the glove of Brady Rollo.
Yeah, Cavell just has a shot here, just kind of throwing one on net, doesn't have a lot of help, and was probably going wide, but Rollo decides to hang on, make sure his team is able to reorganize defensively and not allow Morinville to continue their offensive surge.
From an offensive perspective, too, sometimes, you know, when you don't really have an angle, you don't think you're going to score, put it in the glove, get an offensive zone face-off, and, I mean, this is what could come of it. A good look. Here's Granger. Granger hauled down, and that's going to lead to Morinville's second power play of the game as he was taken down trying to cut into the slot. So they're 0 for 1. Both teams 0 for 1, and now Morinville will get a second crack.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call, a trip there. Dylan getting a stick in between the skates of Granger, and yeah, Morinville will go back to the power play. Their second 0 for 1 so far here tonight. We'll see if they can break the ice in this contest as we're still awaiting our first goal.
Harris on the draw. I think I'm led to believe this is kind of the top power play unit for Morinville. Coming and driving to the net. A quick shot. He shoots and he scores. It's Tim Nault firing 1-5-0 on Rollo, and it's 1-0 Morinville.
It took all of 6 seconds on this power play, an offensive zone face-off one. Puck comes over to Nolte, kind of walks in and manages to find some room in between Rollo's legs to sneak it home, and it's 1-0 for the Kings on the goal from the assistant captain.
We'll get another look at that on at our next stoppage, but Rollo seemed pretty fired up afterwards. He saw him skate right up to the referee. I mean, it's going to count. They're going to drop the puck at center. Morinville will have a 1-0 lead. Be interesting to see why the Nanton keeper was a little fired up about that. But regardless, the Morinville power play on their second attempt, they strike quick, and now they have first blood.
Morinville's goal scored on the power play by number 15, Tim Nolte, assisted by number 18, Jordan Thomas.
Tim Nolte getting the goal. Thomas with the first assist on that one. Icing waved off as Peltier goes back to pick it up. Going off the boards, he finds a way to get into the neutral zone, and Nanton works it back in. Young will just rim one around the boards. Loomer was going to get it, switched up his angle, allowed McRae to get there first, and some dangerous plays there by Morinville in their own end. Almost a couple of turnovers close to the slot.
A lot of those no-look passes often turn around and wind up you're looking behind you in your own net.
Yeah, I mean, you never know when there's a guy in your blind spot who's just going to be waiting to pick that thing off, and Morinville's been doing it a bit now. So I think it's at the point where Nanton almost knows it's coming. We'll see if that plays into anything. Working in now is Carr. Carr on his backhand forehand, trying to chip it to the far side, but a nice save by Rollo. Now back into the neutral zone. Here's Thomas. Thomas with an assist already tonight will just softly chip that one down low below the goal line. Hopped over the stick of Rollo. Bounced somewhere viciously on the ice there. Almost an unfortunate break for Rollo. And that's going to get blown down. They're going to say Carr did high stick it. I would have to agree, and the faceoff will go outside. Here's
another look at that goal. Maybe we can see why Rollo was so upset. Harris goes right to the net. He's kind of pushing the player in. I think maybe he's just a little upset maybe at himself. Or he's pointing at
he pointed
Harris,
right at the ref.
So, interesting.
Yeah, unless, I mean, it doesn't look like from that view like there was any sort of contact. Regardless, goal counts. Nanton now on their heels a little bit here. Just over 5 minutes to go. Nanton versus Morinville at the Senior Men's AA Hockey Provincials from Wainwright. It's an ICU Procast. Our second here today, second of 3. We'll be back later tonight as well with the nightcap here from
Wainwright
the Peace Memorial Multiplex.
The home team finally gets to take the ice.
That should be a fantastic game. Should definitely see a good crowd for that. Here's Carr now in on a 2-on-1. Tried to go back to his forehand. He got hooked up, was looking for a call, won't get one. If there's no penalty, then it's just good defense. Nanton has a break the other way. They got numbers. And that one just hopped over the stick. of Hetmer. Hetmer, one of the more dangerous shooters on this team. You alluded to that earlier. It's a guy who knows how to find the back of the net. That time, though, just had the puck hop over his stick. Top of the line, Carr forces a turnover. Carr cuts to the middle and then just got bumped by Dillon. Nice play to get a piece of the attacking forward there and break up a rush. Here's Tracy. Both defensemen hopping up in the rush. Spin play right to the net, and Dillon was crashing the crease hard. Maybe a little too hard as the net did come off. We'll get another whistle.
There's a replay of that 2-on-1. Carr, that's great defense. Love the hustle by Tyler Haste. It was stick on stick, nothing wrong with that. Just a good, smart play. And then heading the other way, this last chance there as the net just comes off. That's number 7, Thomas Dillon, who's been in the box already. He was trying to make an impact and just cause a little bit of havoc here for Ty Swab as the official makes sure the net is properly placed on the pegs.
Face off one back to Tracy at the line. Serving, sends a wrist shot, and that one whistled wide, going through the crease. Quick play to the middle where Cavell was trying to get sprung for a breakaway to no avail. Top of the line now, surveying and working in. Matt Dunn will just spin it. Boom, deep, it hit a stanchion, and the ever so alert Ty Swab read that somehow off the stanchion, was able to cover up, avoid any danger.
Yeah, you can see just a goofy bounce off the backboards there. It's one of those unique things. Every rink has just strange little bounces, whether it's a goofy part of the dasher or even the Zamboni doors you can see in the shot right there. It'd be interesting to see what happens if someone rims it around. Where's the puck going to bounce out of? Because sometimes those don't close quite properly, or a little bit of a gap.
Here's a break now the other way. Granger coming in with the puck on his stick. He's got a winger with him. He toe drags, he keeps, and he just fired it wide. Nanton able to now turn it back the other way. Got numbers. Helgeson tried to drop it. Granger was there to pick it right off, and he'll send a high lob over to Wilson. Wilson had to be careful on that one, and eventually it is blown dead on a hand pass.
There's that look right there from Granger, just missing the net. Nice little toe drag to change the angle, but unfortunately couldn't quite hit the frame. Granger's had a pretty strong start. You can see he's got the different colored helmet, the different colored pants. Is those McEwen Griffin colors, the burgundy of McEwen Griffins, where he played a little bit of his ACAC hockey.
Here's a chance to break it in, they shoot, and they score! Luke Loomer fires one high glove on Ty Swab, and with 3:24 to go in the first, Nanton's tied the game.
Just a little play right off the face-off, chip forward there by Eisbrenner, and Loomer has all day to just walk in and pick his spot, and he goes top shelf, glove side on Ty Swab, and we're all even at ones.
You blink off the face-off and you miss how that play developed. It just seemed like you were looking at who won the draw, and then bang, Loomer was in all alone in that quick release. It's a big goal for Nanton here with about 3 minutes to go in the frame. Hear that ping.
Yeah, that was
a bit of a low roof here in Wainwright. It hit a beam, and that one will get blown dead.
Here it is. It's not even a one face-off. Harris actually wins that draw. Loomer just goes forward, though, and it's chipped nicely to him by Eisbrenner, and Nanton's off to the races.
And you know what? That was a great play by Eisbrenner. Just that last little bit of effort. He didn't think he was going to reach it, but just got a piece of it to push it up, and Loomer making no mistake. We'll see if Nanton can build on that now. Spinning back in their own end. Lund off the boards, and that one went a little bit too far, and it'll go for icing.
They're giving Chance Lund an assist there as well. So Lund is on the board for points here at the Senior AA Provincials. Face-off coming up here just to the left of Brady Rollo.
Pled on the draw for Morinville. Was hit to the side and then taken away. Working it up now, and in through the neutral zone is Lackton. They stay on side. Lackton still cruising. He's gone end to end now, and he just got rubbed out on the boards, and that pass was quickly picked off. Below the goal line now is the defenseman Lackton. looking for somewhere to go. He tried to force it to the middle. It was picked off. Langton then trying to throw a hit. What a shift for him. And now here's going to be a break coming in the other way. Nolte, quick shot. And just off the top of the pad, it's Rollo once again. Each goalie's now stopped at least 10 in this opening period. Nanton has a 4-on-3 back the other way, and a good active stick was able to knock that away. Jordan Lajmadier. Hetmer just surveys and was given a ton of time to walk into the slot, but credit to McRae, he stuck with him just enough to get a piece of that shot.
Yeah, that was a real good defensive play there by Jory McRae, and we're going to see Morinville, go the other way, a little 2-on-1. Plett sends in Nolte, who's trying to go over the pad, which is such a great spot to shoot for. So hard for a goalie to save, but fortunately for Rollo, he just got enough of it with the top.
Especially, in the butterfly arrow where goalies go down. As soon as they go down, that kind of little gap next to their pads is vulnerable. That 16 inches off the ice, whatever the math adds up to.
Depends on just how big the pad is, obviously, whatever the regulations are in the different leagues. I don't know if there are Hockey Alberta regulations.
Here's Young now, top of the blue line, long shot steered aside into the corner by Swab. Young will get it right back at the line. That shot got deflected, and that was an absolute bullet from the blue line. Ray will rim one around the dasher. That one, again, took a bit of a weird bounce right by that Nordic advertisement. And then at the top of the line, it's whistled down. Faceoff is going to come just outside the zone.
Another look at that chance for Nanton, and saved there by Swab. And again, rebound control from both these goalies have been so impressed, putting it into the corners or swallowing it up. It's been real good. There hasn't been any second opportunities for either team so far.
It honestly has been just such a well-played hockey game to this point. Like, from a goaltending perspective, they've both been strong. They both made some saves that you could argue they didn't have to. And then from an offensive perspective, there's been enough to go around. Each team has, for a couple of moments at least, been trading chances, going back and forth. Really moving well here in the second game of the tournament as we approach the final minute of play. That stretch pass, though, will come all the way back into the Nanton end as it just missed its intended target.
Yeah, real good game so far. Only 19 minutes gone. Hopefully they can keep this up for the next 41, because we're in for a treat if that's what they do.
Hopefully they can keep this up for the rest of the weekend.
Well, that would be good too, but just baby steps right now, Tyler. We'll start with one game at a time. Cliche.
Even for the broadcasters, one game at a time. Brennan on the draw. Cavell lost it. Now Dillon will take it out for Nanton. Officially in the final minute here in the first period. Dillon driving wide now below the goal line. Quick drop pass. There's a shot. And Swab stands tall once again. Saves 15 for him here in the period.
Kind of running out of things to say about Swab again. Right off the crest, and he's right on top of it. No rebound, even with a guy in front in Brady Hetmer, just waiting for something, anything to pop out from Ty Swab.
Now keep in mind, this is the first time I've seen him play, but you can tell he's a bit of a taller goalie. The big gear certainly helps, but he's very positionally sound. That was an example of it right there. Sometimes with big goalies, though, the book on them is, well, just get them moving. But Swab's a goalie. We've seen him twice now have to kick out a pad quickly at different moments, so going to be very hard tonight here for Nanton. Wilson lost in the neutral zone. Slobodian now as they work it back in. Tracy will just go D to his partner. Lacton drops it back once again for Tracy. 30 seconds to go now here in the period. Spinning, weaving, and putting it deep. Out to play it was Swab. He just missed it. Lund will throw one, and no teammates in the slot to receive it. Harris tries to spin one up. A nice read by Lacton. Been real impressed with Lacton's game here in the first period. Skating well, making some very sharp reads there on the blue line. Morinville wanted an icing, no dice. Loomer trying to hold it in. Instead, it goes out to the middle circle. One more shot pounded onto Swab, and he will check back and let the horn go after 20 minutes of play here in Game 2 of the Senior Men's Hockey Championships from Wainwright. We're all tied up at 1 between Nanton and Morinville. It's safe to say neither team really has an edge so far.
I don't think so. Even we have one power play goal for Morinville. That's how they scored. Nanton didn't need the power play. They went 0 for 1. But, I mean, really, there's not a lot to choose between these two clubs right now. 16-10 shots on goal favoring the Palominos. So Ty Swab has been the busier of the two keepers. But again, it's a 1-1 game. 40 minutes will decide this thing.
Setting up to be a great matchup, and we will get back to that 40 minutes in just a few minutes. This is an ICU video procast coming to you live from the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright. He's Grayson Knutson. I'm Tyler Yaremchuk. We'll be back in a sec with second period action between Nanton and Morinville.
Meet Wainwright, a place of possibilities where the meaning of life lies in the details. Small fences when you need to borrow something from the neighbor,
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Hi, Sonia.
where everyone knows your name. And there's no rest for the active in Wainwright.
Puck!
Did you say duck?
The way we roll might surprise you. They're tough as nails, family fierce, enduring, freedom on hooves. They are a symbol of us. Oh, and we've learned you never try to milk a buffalo. Yup, dog runs away for 3 days kinda big. Good luck finding a corner when you leave town. We stand on guard for love of country. A place where saying hello is mandatory. A handshake is your word, and looking each other in the eye means something. The steering wheel hand wave. When we wave, unlike the big city, we use all our fingers. Early morning road warrior, urban style. And yeah, we have everything that you need. We're one big family. You might say we save each other's bacon when things get tough. The dirt on Wainwright? Life is grounded in what really matters, an honest day's work, service to community and country. You see, life is what we make of it, whether it's agricultural processing, oil and gas services, or heavy metal. We believe less is actually more, because we're one of the most affordable and cost-friendly communities in Alberta. Meet Mr. Wainwright. Big as imagination in a family-first town.
Okay, see you in 2.
I'll see you in 2.
Yeah, I'll be there in a couple.
To work, to the arena, to the event. Everywhere in 2 minutes. This is our second nature, soulful. Make Wainwright your home. Roam to your heart's content.
so right, so right, so right. If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right, so right, so right.
I still know a place where simple pleasures are so beautiful, where big skies and endless spaces inspire, where freedom still feels real. This place is where rural Alberta pride rises and shines with the fist of will, and where there's heart in the fight to overcome what might stand in our way. I still know a place where every minute feels alive, like we're staring into the soul of things, where connection to land and place and people gives life meaning and has us feeling like we belong, where we appreciate the faces of possibilities, the makers, growers and tinkerers, crafters and imagineers, those who have the infectiousness of belief. This place is Wainwright. Life is what you make of it. Make it here.
Welcome back inside the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright, Alberta. It's the Hockey Alberta Senior AA Men's Provincials, and so far tonight we got an absolute barn burner. It's 1-1 after 20 minutes between Morinville and Nanton. I'm Tyler Uremchuk. Grayson Knutson, Dave Foley, Rob Zitlau, and Alex Testowich are our crew here tonight. A couple minutes to go here until the second period. Before we get there, let's look back at how we got through the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, both goaltenders were outstanding, and you get a good sampling of their work here, and some crashing the net as well. Net coming off the moorings there, and a lot of the players showing off a lot of skill here. There's been a lot of toe drags, little flips of the puck, and however, the goalies have just done outstanding work. And here you can see this is Tim Nolte coming in for Morinville. Just a pat on it from Brady Rollo, has been outstanding in the Palomino goal. Another defensive play there. That one from Tyler Haste. Really like that from the Nanton, Alberta native. Take a look at the other end now. Ty Schwab was the busier of the two keepers. 16 shots on goal, 15 saves. Not a lot of rebounds, though, either. You can see from a lot of these chances, and the rebounds that there were just steered into smart areas. Now we get a look at the goals. This is the opening goal. This is Nolte. Just got it through the wickets there of Rollo to make it 1-0 for Morinville. That was a power play goal for the Kings. And then Nanton was able to equalize just again off a face-off. That's where all the dangerous chances have come from. Chip forward there by Eisbrenner right on the stick of Loomer, and he snipes upstairs.
That was a big goal right there. 3 minutes to go in the period as well, so they got a little bit of positive momentum heading back into the locker room as Morinville takes to the ice. Here to start the middle frame. We're going to start at 5-on-5. There were 3 power plays in that opening period. 2 of them went to Morinville, one of which they scored on. That was that goal you saw there in the replay package. And second period, I think both teams can kind of sit there, look up and down their bench, and just go, more of the same, boys.
Yeah, both teams are right in this. I think both teams are happy with how they're playing. No team really has the edge, so basically just stick to the game plan. No need to really change anything at the moment. Nanton, of course, finishing first overall in the Ranchland League. They defeated Fort McLeod in the semis and then swept Lethbridge in the final. We'll see the Lethbridge Lightning a little bit later on. Morinville finished third overall in North Central. They went on to defeat Daysland, who we saw earlier in the final. It's the first senior title for a squad from Morinville, so they'll be happy to hang that banner up.
And now they work the puck, trying to get it in deep. Picking that one off and firing it off the boards was Eddie Tracy. Tracy now is going back to get it, but instead his goaltender Brody Rollo will hold on, and a little bit of yelling after the whistle. No pushing and shoving comes of it.
Get another look at it here. Yeah, you can see just a little extra elbow from Kyle Harris as he just kind of finishes that play off going towards the net.
Was Kyle Harris an ACAC guy as well?
Kyle Harris did go to Nate.
Yeah, he went to Nate. That's right. I called 1 year of Nate Duke's games, and that would have been Kyle Harris's final season there, I believe.
It's funny because, yeah, he was actually in Lloydminster when I was still working television at Newcap, so seen a little bit of Kyle Harris with the Bobcats as well.
Here's Helgeson. Helgeson floats it back towards the middle. Look at Ty Schwab coming across the crease and denying a Nanton forward on the back door.
That's going to be a high sticking penalty here as well. And you can see just getting up right there at the end. That's an easy call here for the official. And going back to the box is Blake Granger. He's kind of been in trouble a couple times so far. He has both the penalties for Morinville, and it'll be a second power play opportunity for Nanton.
Luke Loomer, the goal scorer on the draw. It was scrambled to the side, then eventually pushed back. Here's Haste. Haste surveys what's in front of him. Back to the point. A long shot from Beadle is turned aside once again by Schwab, and that allows Morinville to fire it down, kill some time off this clock. That pass there was a little errant. McRae's going to pick it off. McRae just trying to run it down low, kill a little bit more time. Haste was there to knock it away, and now they'll head back the other way. Unhappy with that pass was Beadle, because now Morinville is able to just kill more time. Here's Cavell. forces it back. It's actually now picked off and spinning around and turning back the way is Brody Eisbrenner. Cross ice feed. Loomer tried to cut in, and once again Nanton just kind of struggling here to even get into the zone successfully. Never mind get anything going once they're in the offensive zone. And that pass was a little errant, but it worked out. It's an odd man rush. Here's a look to the middle. Helgeson backdoor, and Swab once again following a series of Nanton passes turns aside the shot.
It's an aggressive penalty kill for Morinville, but you can see at times if you get a little too aggressive, it's going to get you in trouble. And an odd man rush, they were bailed out by Swab there.
Sometimes when the penalty kill success comes that easy almost, you almost forget you're on the penalty kill. You start to play like it's 5-on-5 again, and stuff like that can happen. Here's Hotmer. Hotmer working in forehand, low shot, stopped once, and the rebound just skipped wide of the far post. 25 seconds to go here in the second period power play for Nanton. The Palominos looking for one more rush up the ice. Eddie Tracy surveying what's in front of him. This sends a long stretch pass that somehow skipped over the stick of Helgeson, so it'll come back down, and I believe this offensive zone faceoff from Morinville will allow them to kill off the rest of the penalty.
Here's the odd man rush, and maybe one too many passes as well. Helgeson tried to sneak it over once more, and here's that last chance that just skipped wide, and it was Helgeson who couldn't quite steer it towards the open cage. There was room there, but he couldn't hit the target.
Harris on the draw, tried to win it back, but would lose it. Sweeping in to pick that one up was Matt Dunn. Beaver taps from Rollo, signals the end of a second Nanton power play. They are 0 for 2, and out of the box was Granger. He's going to head to the bench. Dunn now surveying in front of him here as we're back to 5-on-5. Lost it for a brief second, then eventually he's had to push into the neutral zone. Morinville's got to go tag up. Now Nanton will force it deep. That'll allow them to change up a few bodies.
So again, it was Nanton getting quite a few shots on a power play here that have extended their lead on the shot clock to 20-11, but the important numbers say 1-1.
Yeah. Absolutely. The team that's down in shots while he's just saying, well, we found a way to finish our chances better than them. That long blooping point shot will be gloved down by Brady Rollo and held on to.
Yeah, and you can see just simply number 28 for Morinville, Jordan Peltier, just throwing it towards the net, hoping that it hits something or someone and gets a friendly bounce, but nothing happening there as Rollo catches that one calmly. Little pop fly opening day baseball. It's pretty apt, I guess.
Jays losing, though. I mean, I think we'll see a lot of that this year, not to turn this into a baseball show.
Unfortunately, I think you're probably right.
Puck up to the half wall. Now carrying it out for Nanton is Loomer. Loomer got stick checked just before the blue line, and now turning back the other way is Morinville and blown dead on an offside. Saw that from up here. So Morinville will have to come back out of the zone, and we'll get a face-off into the neutral.
Yeah, Petersma just trying to drag that back foot, but that little extra side shimmy there on the other side caused them to be offside.
Linesman was in a good spot to call that one.
Talking about some of the officiating early, they brought in refs from Red Deer, Calgary, and Edmonton, and of course all of these guys, it's a big assignment for them, and they want to get to the gold medal game just as much as some of these teams as well, and one of the refs is going to make a call here for high stick.
Driving wide on the play once again was Helgeson. Kenton Helgeson, well, he's been all over the ice today, moving his feet, and right there he's going to draw another penalty.
It's Thomas getting the stick. It almost rode up Helgeson's stick there, and I think that's what Thomas is trying to explain to the officials here is that, well, my stick kind of rode up his stick, so what am I supposed to do? But at the end of the day, it's your stick. You have to be responsible for it.
Yeah, with the high sticks, there's no leeway on those. There's no I did it accidentally or anything like that. As soon as that stick comes in contact anywhere above the shoulders, you know you're getting called. So Nanton now, they will get a third chance on the power play after a bit of a less than eventful look just a couple of minutes ago. Yes, they had the odd man rush, but they really struggled to get any sort of consistent zone time. Eddie Tracy will look to change that. He got hauled down a little bit, no calls. He stepped over the blue line. 30 seconds already gone as Lackton will swing by to scoop it up. In the neutral zone again, almost picked off. Morinville's been just buzzing, and McRae, number 6, has been a big reason why. He's moving his feet real well.
I like a good aggressive penalty kill, so I'm really enjoying what Morinville is doing. Of course, we did see it almost cost them a goal with an odd man rush, but this is almost the way you have to kill penalties nowadays, is be more aggressive. You can't just sit back and protect the box like you could before.
Yeah, if you sit back and just try to protect nowadays, the offensive schemes, they're all so creative. They find a way to beat you unless you're trying to be hyper aggressive, and it's playing out in Morinville's favor right now. Puck went out of play, so that's why the face-off has come just outside of the Morinville zone.
About a minute left. We'll see if Nanton can avoid going 0 for 3 here on the power play.
Special teams make a big difference, especially in a game where we expect it's going to end up being a 1 or 2 goal matchup. Nanton working it in, pumping it in deep, just missing the back of Eisbrenner. Schwab went out to play it and didn't quite play it cleanly, almost a turnover. Morinville his defenseman able to bail him out a little bit. 35 seconds to go now in the high sticking penalty to Thomas. Oh, and almost a miscommunication there. Once again, it was Harris this time coming in hard. The captain for Morinville, like you said, the former Nadeau, coming in hard on the forecheck. Almost got a gift there. Lund drops it back. And again, another drop pass is picked off by Carr, so Morinville will be able to just peel back here and skate off the last couple seconds of this penalty kill. Maybe they'll go for a shorty. Here's Harris winding, shooting, and stopping it initially. It was Rollo. He had to look down to the ice to grab the rebound, but he gets it out.
Good smart play here by Kyle Harris. Watch, he'll use the defenseman's legs as a screen. And then Rollo just in a good spot there, catches that at the last second, knocks it down, covers it up, gets a face-off just to his right. No harm done, only 2 seconds left on this penalty for Morinville. So Nanton is now 0 for 3 here on the power play. Has number 18, Jordan Thomas, steps back onto the ice.
It's a tough goose egg to swallow this early in the game. That shot from the outside was blocked and put into the corner as Morinville look to turn back up ice. See if they can build some momentum here after a couple of successful penalty kills. Here's Thomas out of the box. Thomas waits, surveys, tries to go to the middle. It went off the skate of Granger below the goal line. Tracy now picking it up. Seems like Tracy hasn't even come off the ice yet. He's been logging some heavy minutes on this Nanton blue line. And now he has the puck once again. Goes D to D. Lackton is his partner, been playing just as much. Now working it in, a long shot, another block. Morinville's done a fantastic job here in this second period of getting in the lanes. Granger stops up, sends one cross ice. Here's Nolte. Nolte, the lone goal scorer for Morinville, had Granger cutting the middle. Forehand shot, blocker save once again by Rollo. Nanton looking to give their goalie a little bit of run support. Rollo's been tremendous. Run support. There's another baseball reference I just dropped in without even noticing it.
Stuck.
Here's a turnover now. Brennan's going to step in. Brennan to lane, and look at diving back to break that one up. Matt Dunn just getting a stick on it. Brennan with a great look. Top of the line. Thomas trying to shovel it down, and Dunn is all over that one once again. A collision at center ice. Icing waved off as they're saying the forward just got a piece of it at the red line.
Morinville really got a good jump from that last penalty kill. They were good on it, and now they're better now that they're back on 5-on-5.
Circling back, wheeling is Tyler Haste. Goes D to D, and there's the transition up ice, opening things up. Or at least trying to. Thomas was all over that. Helgeson to the middle, down low. And a nice little one-touch feed there. Colin McMurdo. And there's McMurdo again. They both battle in front. A couple of whacks at it for McMurdo. Haven't said his name all game until right there. A flurry of chances for number 44.
I think that's really the first scrambly type of play we've seen in front of goal.
And here's a chance driving in. Cavell hauled down. He got a shot off. The fact he got the shot off probably means no penalty shot. He wasn't exactly on a clear breakaway either. So it will be a tripping call going. Morinville will get their third look.
See another look at it here. That's just a desperation play there by Haste. doing whatever he can to try to break that up, make sure that doesn't wind up in the back of his net. So maybe mark that down as one of those good penalties to take here for Nanton.
And that's another thing we've seen in this game. We talked about how well these teams have been playing, both teams really firing on all cylinders. Even the penalties, for the most part, have been ones where you look at and go, you know what, that prevented a real good scoring chance. And that was another example of it there. Cavell drove in really well, used his speed through the top of the offensive zone to create that chance.
Yeah, a little bit of a turnover, too, kind of caused some panic at the back for Nanton, but Hayes was able to at least break that up. And he's got to sit for 2, or what he hopes is 2 minutes.
Yeah. You never want to get out early. At the line, here's Carr. He'll force one down low. Harris is waiting for it. Backhand pass to Granger. Peltier. Harris to the top of the zone. Peltier thought about shooting, went to Harris. Harris drag shot, shoulder save, rebound in front, and almost jumping on that rebound was Adam Wilson. Couldn't quite capitalize though, and Nanton dodges a bullet, clearing it down the ice.
Yeah, Wilson just not quite able to bring it down from his hand quick enough. He was in a good spot, but a little turnover there, almost a Nanton opportunity.
Bit of a numbers rush the other way. Pass towards the middle. Another rebound, and that one just hopping over the stick of Harris. Carr is able to hold it in and shovel it back down low. Here's the captain to Carr. Number 14 Carr is circling down low. Bottom of the circle into the slot. Nice shot, Granger, and a nicer save from Rollo, who snags it with the glove.
Brady Rollo really standing tall right now. Couple of good saves on this power play opportunity. First, the shot from Harris that he just fights off, and then Wilson can't bury the rebound. And then this second opportunity here, it's Wilson again going to that far post and kicking out the leg is Rollo. That's an outstanding stop.
Usually games are more fun when they're high scoring, but these two goalies have just been a treat to watch thus far. Thomas holding it in at the line for the time being. Helgeson will send a pass over. And it's Hotmer who was brought in on an offside, and now a little bit of pushing and shoving, some hands in the face. You can see the ref having a little bit of a talk with both sides right here, trying to calm them down a little bit.
Yeah, things getting a little bit heated up. You'd expect that. Nothing up the start, obviously. Morinville near Edmonton, Nanton down south in the Lethbridge area. So it's not like they play each other on a regular basis. It would usually only be at Provincials, and Morinville hasn't been at many. So things heating up, though, once the game gets tighter, a little bit closer, and we get later and later on.
Face off one back. Here comes Nolte through the neutral zone. 15 on the Kings, has some good wheels. And that backhander into the bench hit Harris. Actually, no, I think he might have hit the backup goalie, Chase Mudrick.
He gave a little hoot and a holler after that one, has to readjust the helmet, put it on.
That helmet's like barely sitting on his head, too.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a Hockey Alberta event, so backup goalies have to have some sort of helmet on.
He's got the glove on. Why didn't he just use that?
Yeah, no kidding. Top of the zone, Harris had his stick checked as he tried to make a pass. 40 seconds to go here in the Morinville power play as both teams trying to get out of this deadlock. Nolte on his backhand, surveying, goes across. Here's a shot, Thomas, and a hard low one that just whistled wide. Brennan able to pick up the loose puck. Back to the point, Nolte again. Nolte just throws one to the net. Not any air under it, so it was stopped by a stick. And then hauled down and hooked. No call. Cavell can't believe it. I can't either. He was hauled down in clear daylight. Bit of a break for Nanton. Here's Brennan now. Brennan sends one across, and it will skip into the Morinville bench. So with 4 seconds to go on the power play, we get another whistle.
That was a little bit surprising. I was sure there was going to be a penalty call there. Maybe they didn't want to put one team down 5-on-3, but usually the refs are a little bit more lenient when you've already taken one penalty, but that one seemed pretty obvious.
Yeah. That's a good point as well. Usually the officials are a little more lenient when you're already shorthanded. They kind of, the last thing they want to do is give a team a 5-on-3, but I thought that was a point there where it was blatant enough to do it.
Hetmer just giving some instructions to Haste here in the box as to what he's supposed to do in 4 seconds when he comes out.
Face off one back, but one back a little bit too strong. Here's Slobodian. Tall defenseman for Morinville, probably one of the taller players in this entire tournament. And that one there is picked off. It's going to be a quick 2-on-1. There's a shot. and it got blocked by Slobodian. A nice play by number 32 to break that up, and he blocks another shot right there. Slobodian now roughing up his opposition behind the net. Back at the point, a long shot stopped up in the crease. They batted around, and it rainbowed high and over top of everyone. Morinville now able to clear it out to safety.
We saw Morinville get a boost from their last penalty kill. Nanton, right after they go back to 5-on-5, doing their own thing as well here.
Guido will just swing and kind of golf swing it out to the line, but not out. Here's a shot from bad angle, bounces into the slot. Harris couldn't get over to it. Lajmadier, his long shot rimmed around, and now we're going to get a penalty call to Nanton. Hustling to the bench is Swab. Deneziak surveying at the line, pushes it down low. Plett's going to be all over. He had his stick checked. Harris has it now. No whistle. I thought maybe Nanton touched it there. And now finally we will get the play blown dead. We'll see who's getting it and for what, but regardless, it's going to be a fourth power play attempt now for Morinville.
Here's that giveaway. And you can see opportunity for Nanton. It just couldn't quite find the target there. And back the other way, you can see the shot there. And it's a battle in front. Not sure how long that's going to go on, but eventually Brady Hetmer would take down his man in front. Interference penalty, and pretty obvious one. Morinville was able to control for a long time after that too. They had a chance, but now they'll go back to the power play here. They're fourth. They're 1 for 3 thus far.
Harris on the draw, wins it. Granger tucked it back to his defenseman. Here's Thomas. Thomas, long wrist shot, and that one was stopped again by Rollo. Below the goal line now. Harris plays catch with Wilson. They extend the zone back to Thomas. Here's a low shot, high slot deflection by Granger. And it's quickly covered up. I like that play there when you just kind of have the guy planting just a little lower than the hash marks and you try to go for that high slot deflection. It's very tough for the goalies to read.
Absolutely, and it seems to be more the way that hockey's going is that high-low deflection play. Got to change things up just to beat these goalies nowadays. They're so good, the equipment's so big that you got to do whatever you can to beat them. And there was another save there from Rollo you saw in the replay. He's really stood tall here in the second period as Morinville has had more shots. 9-6.
Harris, position thrown in front and quickly snaring that one with the glove was Rollo. You mentioned how tough it is to beat goalies nowadays. Well, tonight is a shining example of it because both these guys have been solid. There's another nice save. I believe it hit his defenseman as well, so Rollo had to be extra sharp.
Yeah, he bounces off Lacton and Rollo still all over it, so no worries right now for the Nanton keeper who's up to 10 stops in the frame.
Nolte, D-to-D. Thomas settles it down, goes back to number 15. His wrist shot got blocked in front by McMurd. Playing catch now are Nolte and Granger. Nolte right back to Granger. His shot bounced through the slot, ends up on the stick of Thomas. Nolte. He's going to wind. That one gets through everybody, but not past Rollo. He stops another one. Good zone time here from Morinville. This might be the best power play we've seen out of all the teams. Here's Granger now. His shot. It bounced off the end boards. That one thrown in front. And look at Rollo coming across the crease to turn that one aside. And with 45 seconds to go on the penalty, Nanton will clear it out.
Just great leg drive from Rollo to get all the way across and stand up tall and make a great save there.
Coming through the zone is Carr. Tracy, though, was able to scoop up that loose puck, send it back into the neutral zone. 25 seconds to go. Peltier with Dillon lurking on top of him. Morinville looking for one more rush here. 10 seconds to go in their power play. That pass doesn't find anyone, and it's knocked down in the neutral zone, and almost a dangerous turnover there again for Morinville. In come the Kings. That long shot swallowed up right in the belly of Rollo. He's made another one, well over 20 for the Nanton stopper.
Yeah, now his team back on 5-on-5. You can see a sampling of his work on this penalty kill, and that's the one where he has to come across. Not only come across, he's low, he has to get back up, pop up and make the save. And then the last one too, good positioning right in the gut, easy to save for the goalie.
Top of the zone, trying to backhand it deep. Nanton was able to knock it down, and they can't quite get it out. Here's Beadle. Beadle on the backhand. Sends it up ice. Loomer, the lone goal scorer for the Palominos. Controlling the puck at the top of the zone, and eventually rolls off his stick, and now Brennan to the side. Here's Pearson. Pearson had that one also just roll off. Petersma, my bad. Back the other way comes Nanton. Loomer on the backhand. Backhand pass chipped in front, and again, a defender just getting a stick on it. That puck is really starting to bounce here as we get towards the end of this period. 5:36 to go. That pass went off the helmet of Loomer. Lesmadier trying to clear it out, couldn't quite do it.
You can see Lesmadier actually apologized a little bit, and Loomer give him that's okay, no worries.
Oh, and look at that hit right in the middle of the ice. Lackton had his head down, and Petersma blew him up right below the red line.
Wow, hit of the tournament so far, and it's going to be hard to top that one as we play the rest of the games here.
Will it ever? Wow. And a hard, clean body check as well. Nolte now. Can Morinville turn that into some momentum? Plett with a backhander. Didn't quite get it through. A wraparound attempt for McRae, and that one got stopped as well. D-to-D, Lajmadier, he's going to wind, fire, and roll. Stops again, it is loose in front, and Nolte's got two, and the Morinville Kings have a 2-1 lead.
Oh, what a shame there for Rollo, as it looked like he had this one locked up, but Nolte's stick just a little bit quicker than the glove as that one come through traffic, and I just couldn't quite grab it in time. And Nolte with a deuce on the night, and Morinville back in front, 2-1.
Completely overshadowed that massive hit we saw in the neutral zone, but we'll get another look at that here. And look at that. Oh, we just lost the puck at the last second, and that was a good clean hit. It was shoulder on shoulder. Yep. You don't see a lot of them anymore. You know what else I appreciate about that? No one jumped right in to fight him.
I love that.
It was a clean hit. Both sides recognized it was just a clean hit with a guy in his head down, and the game moves on.
Clean hit. Guy who got hit popped up. Guy who did the hit popped up. Everybody went their separate ways. We move on. We keep playing.
Beadle trying to clear it out. Granger held it in. Granger again at the line, and that time Wilson will baseball swing it down low to Harris. Harris was trying to complete the no-look pass to the slot. Didn't quite get through. Young now to the middle. Cutting through as Spencer Barlow, and now the arm is up, and we will get another penalty. A crowd gathers here, but
one more look at the goal too there, Tyler, is just Rollo just not quite quick. Nolte stick quicker, wins the battle, and that feels good for them. And good effort here by Morinville, and now we'll see if Nanton can answer right back as they get a power play opportunity here. Hasn't gone so well for them with the PP so far, as they're 0 for 3, but maybe the fourth time is a charm.
And the rough night continues for Granger. That's his third trip to the box in this one already. We're only in the second period. 4 minutes to go in the middle frame. Plett for Morinville, able to just softly send that down, and Tracy's got to go back to re-grab it.
Granger had 6 penalty minutes during the regular season. He's got 6 in 2 periods here. First game of the senior AA provincial tournament.
Hotmer dicing his way up ice, sends a saucer pass to the middle. No one was there, and once again Nanton just unable to get really any sort of zone time when they have these power plays.
Morinville's penalty kill continues to be aggressive, continues to kind of just stop them before they even get going. We'll see if maybe this time the rush can get through.
Here's Hotmer. Hotmer to the middle. Tracy dragging, and had that one lifted off his stick and back down the ice.
Maybe time for Nanton to just change things up. They've been trying to carry it in the whole way. Maybe time for a dump in, or
get a guy going with speed on the opposite wing.
Yeah.
Rim it around hard. That might be the way they can just get the puck in the zone. Driving in now. This seemed to have worked. Back at the point, here's Haste. Haste shuffles it D-to-D. Beadle to the half wall. He's loaded up and waiting for that pass back. He won't get it as it goes down low. Back at the line. Haste, his shot blocked by Harris. The Morinville captain getting in the lanes. Holding it in at the line is Nanton for the time being. Loomer's in there as well. A couple of guys swinging sticks. Haste is able to grab it again. 28 seconds to go in the power play. Looking to strike and even things up. Beetle, long wrister, that one deflected, and it goes out of play, so it will stay inside the Morinville zone.
Morinville finally able to get something set up in the offensive zone on a power play, but not able to get any shots through as they're still stuck on 21 here. The shots this period, 15-5 in favor of the Kings, as they've used a couple power plays obviously to their advantage, but yeah, they're playing a little bit better right now than Nanton.
Tracy at the line, swings it down to the half wall. Hotmer, middle, and there's a shot by McMurdo. Back in front again, they were looking for McMurdo again. Now he's in the corner, it's eventually stolen away, and as the player hops out of the box, it's Granger. We're back to 5-on-5. Nolte on the rush, he's got both Morinville goals. A quick drop pass, and look at that glove hand save by Rollo, keeping it a one-goal game with 2 minutes to go in the second.
I think it stopped going glove side on Rollo. He seems to have that one on lockdown. Here's one more chance on the Nanton power play. They worked it into the slot. Shot there from number 44, Colin McMurdo, was kicked aside. And here's that glove stop by Rollo. Oh, how nice is that? It was going top corner, and Rollo says, not today, son.
Eddie Tracy wheeling up through his own end, using his feet to get it out of his zone. He carries it over the red line, over the blue line. Tracy still going. Eventually knocked off, and now Nolte has a chance for a counter rush. A play towards the middle. Drop pass, McRae, and he just had it roll over his stick. Things opening up now. Both teams going back and forth. Loomer plays it to the middle. Pass picked off. Found the stick of McRoot. McRoot shot low. Rebound. Another pad save by Ty Swab. Shot from the point blocked by Granger, and now slowing things down and taking a breath is Nanton. Play towards the middle to Dillon. That one picked off. Harris leaves it for Wilson. Wilson spins a little button hook at the top of this circle. Granger looking to make an impact physically once again, and he actually, I think, got a piece of Tyler Haste. Haste slow to get up. Harris now spinning, throws one on net from a bit of a bad angle. Taken over for it was Wilson. Wilson gets it back, dragging, shooting, rimming around to the top. Here's Thomas on his backhand, shoveling it down low. Granger was there waiting for it. A play to the side. Wilson, and a nice stick lift right there by Jonathan Young, coming back and making sure no shot found its way onto Rollo. Young has it now, working over the blue line. Hopped over his stick. He's got to circle back. We're in the final minute of play here in the second period. Coming in down the wing. Shot from a bad angle. Turned aside once again by Swab. That's Helgeson with another good look. Young now. Final 30 seconds of play here in the second. Nanton looking for a late one to tie the game. There's a look on the side. Swab stopped it. Rebound coming across. They bury it. Nanton ties the game. Hotmer all over the loose puck in the slot, and they've evened it up with just 22 seconds to go.
And they threw the big guns out there in the final minute. Helgeson banging away, and Hetmer just in front, right place, right time, able to find a rebound and put it home. Both goalies now giving up a goal on a rebound, so maybe they're starting to tire out a little bit. 27-26 the shots, 2-2 on the scoreboard. That's a huge goal for Nanton very late in this second frame.
Like you said, just 22 seconds to go here, and Nanton gets a timely goal from one of their big guns. Here's a chance now, driving in. Drop pass for McMurdo. Morinville with just 5 seconds to go, looking for one more rush. Pietersma, his shot not handled well. Another chance, Rollo came across and made up for it with a rebound save. So the horn goes on the second period.
Just one last look at that goal quickly, Tyler. The first shot just kind of goes back behind the net. Swab just has to try to get over to stop Helgeson, and maybe goes too far out of position on the rebound, and it's easily just whacked home there by number 23, Brady Hetmer.
So 2-2 is where we sit, and once again, I'll just kind of ask you the same thing I asked you in the first. The scoreboard is pretty accurate based on what we're seeing on the ice.
You know what, it's funny, I was going to say it before the last 2 minutes or so, advantage Morinville after that second period. However, those last 2 minutes, Nanton was really good, managed to find an equalizer. They're even back in front on the score clock as well, so we're in for one heck of a third period here.
All tied up at 2 between Morinville and Nanton from the Peace Memorial Multiplex here in Wainwright, Alberta. I'm Tyler Grumchuk. He's Grayson Knutson. 40 minutes in the books. We'll be back in a few with the final 20.
Meet Wainwright, a place of possibilities where the meaning of life lies in the details. Small fences when you need to borrow something from the neighbor,
Hey, good morning, Michelle. Hi, Sonia.
where everyone knows your name. And there's no rest for the active in Wainwright.
Puck!
Did you say duck?
All right, guys, let's roll.
The way we roll might surprise you. They're tough as nails, family fierce, enduring, freedom on hooves. They are a symbol of us. Oh, and we've learned you never try to milk a buffalo. Yup, dog runs away for 3 days kinda big. Good luck finding a corner when you leave town. We stand on guard for love of country. A place where saying hello is mandatory. A handshake is your word, and looking each other in the eye means something. The steering wheel hand wave. When we wave, unlike the big city, we use all our fingers. Early morning road warrior, urban style. And yeah, we have everything that you need. We're one big family. You might say we save each other's bacon when things get tough. The dirt on Wainwright? Life is grounded in what really matters. An honest day's work, service to community and country. You see, life is what we make of it, whether it's agricultural processing, oil and gas services, or heavy metal. We believe less is actually more, because we're one of the most affordable and cost-friendly communities in Alberta. Meet Mr. Wainwright. Big as imagination in a family-first town.
Okay, see you in 2.
I'll see you in 2.
Yeah, I'll be there in a couple.
To work, to the arena, to the event. Everywhere in 2 minutes. This is our second nature, soulful. Make Wainwright your home. Roam to your heart's content.
so right, so right. If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky, it'd be so, so right, so right, so right.
I still know a place where simple pleasures are so beautiful, where big skies and endless spaces inspire, where freedom still feels real. This place is where rural Alberta pride rises and shines with the fist of will, and where there's heart in the fight to overcome what might stand in our way. I still know a place where every minute feels alive, like we're staring into the soul of things, where connection to land and place and people gives life meaning and has us feeling like we belong, where we appreciate the faces of possibilities, the makers, growers and tinkerers, crafters and imagineers, those who have the infectiousness of belief. This place is Wainwright. Life is what you make of it. Make it here.
Welcome back inside the Peace Memorial Arena here in Wainwright, Alberta. Tyler Yaremchuk, Grayson Knutson alongside me. ICU Video Procast. We've got a fantastic crew here in Wainwright for the Hockey Alberta Senior AA Men's Provincials. And right now, after 2 periods, we're all tied up at 2 between Morinville and Nanton. And here's how we got there.
Yeah, another great period of hockey. Both teams only finding the back of the net once, and both netminders continuing to showcase their skills. Brady Rollo and Ty Swab were very good. Rollo, the busier of the two in that period. Shots on target in that frame were 16-11, and there's that hit that Pietersma just laid out his man, and everyone was okay though, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. But yeah, just like everything in this game has just been so good. Just a complete 180 from what we saw in the opener between Hillman and Daysland. But yeah, here's a shot on goal that led to the Nolte goal. Modier with the initial shot from the point, and Nolte just beat Rollo to that puck. And then at the other end, late in the frame, very, very late. We're getting into the scary moments for Nanton here, as they were scored with only 22 seconds left. That goal is coming up in just a brief moment here. Granger blocked that one with his back. He was stinged for a little bit, but carried on. And here is that goal. It's Helgeson behind the net. Comes across, Swab makes a save, but he overcommits there, and Hetmer is able to pop home the rebound without much trouble in front. Again, with only 22 seconds left, so we're tied at 2, getting ready for period number 3. I guess maybe we should go over the tiebreak procedures in case we need them. It'll be 5 minutes of 4-on-4 overtime in round-robin matches, and that's followed by a 5-man shootout.
5-man shootout.
And you're not allowed to repeat after those 5 are done. So you have to wait till everybody goes.
Okay.
You're back up. I've shot. Dave Foley shot. Everybody shot. And then we can go back to the beginning.
Puck drop just a couple of seconds away. It's the Nanton Palominos and the Morinville Kings all evened up at 2. Game 2. So 2's all around here at the Senior Men's Hockey Provincials. Peltier to the middle. Harris, the captain, chips it in deep. Back to pick it up is Lacton. Good to see him on the ice. He was the victim of that massive neutral zone hit we saw in the second period. Puck hops over the stick of Tracy. Here's Wilson. Wilson circling to the top, looking for a deflection. Got it, but it went high and over the net. Harris getting a stick on it. Back at the line now. A slow shot is blocked up. Now turning back the other way is Nanton. Helgeson driving wide, throws one on net at a couple of teammates crashing in. Was looking maybe for a rebound, but a defenseman got a stick on the initial shot. Clearing it out to the line. There's Beadle to receive it and pump it right back in as Nanton will change up a couple of forwards. Helgeson, though, hard on the forecheck as he has been all game. He's been tremendous. Slobodian swinging a couple times at it, and eventually it was knocked loose. Peltier, a quick one up to Carr. Carr cutting in, and look at him go, a shot low, and a nice toe save once again by Brady Rollo. Give Brady Rollo 26 saves on the game, and now a 2-on-1 working it in. There's a shot, and Swab says, I'll stop 1-2. Tied up at 2 still, and both goalies tested early here in the third.
Real good. Carr has been just a little water bug out there, gets around, and that's a tough one because it's going against the grain for the goalie. Have to kick the pad back out, and then at the other end, this one, Swab, good position. The defenseman takes the pass away. He can focus on the shot on that 2-on-1, and he makes the stop.
Down low, there's one of the goal scorers, Luke Loomer. It's rimmed around, picking it up. Hauled down, no call. Now Morinville will work it right back out. On the far side of the middle of the ice, there's Ray, and he got knocked down as well. Lacton delivering that hit. He received one earlier, now he's dishing it back out.
I think he saw, too, that Ray was not looking, and I think he let up quite a bit.
Yeah.
We'll get another look at it in just a moment, but a smart play there by Lacton to not do anything stupid here.
In a tight game, last thing you want to do is go to the box. Last thing you want to do is hurt someone as well. Side of the net and using his blocker to cover it up is Rollo. Little unorthodox, but either way, we'll get a whistle.
Done that a couple times. Here's Lackton. He sees, and yeah, not looking at all is Ray, and he definitely lets up a little bit on that one for sure. But you know what? For Lackton, he does exactly what he's supposed to do. He knocks the man over, gets the puck, and moves on. So he didn't have to crush him. He just did what he needed to do there. So a good, smart play.
Face-off won by Nanton. They're below their own goal line, and here's Dylan now. Dylan sends one off the boards. That was Loomer. Dylan Loomer, that is. His brother Luke had the goal earlier. Below the goal line now, rimmed up to the top of the line, held in by Thomas. Thomas gonna wind, fire, and another glove save by Brady Rollo.
It's an easy one for Rollo here. I mean, yeah, it looks fancy with the glove, but he sees this one the whole way, watches it go into the glove, and little fancy mustard on that there at the end from the goalie. Lets you know he's feeling pretty good right now, and why not with those 26 stops so far on the night.
This game could not be any more even. Shots 28-28, and the score all tied up. Hetmer, he has a goal, the tying goal, and now he'll streak up ice and pick that one up, cutting in through the zone. Couldn't quite walk around the defenseman, and a nice play there by Jordan Lajmodier. Lackton looking for that backdoor play, but stepping up on top of it was Ty Swab. McRae, he just avoided a big hit from McMurdo. There's a shot again from the line, this time from Eddie Tracy. He's been moving well tonight. Tracy gonna pick off another one, slides it, side of the net. Quick shot and a shoulder save once again by Swab. Far corner now, Plett there to get it from Morinville to Peltier, and Peltier just trying to slow it down and go D-to-D. Eventually he does that. Some space here for Morinville to break it out as Nanton was changing, and that stretch pass missed its intended target of McRae, and that'll be icing coming back into the Morinville zone.
Nanton, all sorts of pressure here, having Morinville on their heels. That's just a good, smart deflection save there by Swab. Gets run over too as his own man pushes the Nanton player into him, but everybody's okay.
Face-off one back, Thomas goes D-to-D, and now Morinville will look to clear it out legally this time. Young picks it off in the neutral zone. D-to-D play, Barlow tried to scoop it up, but he couldn't, and Nanton's gonna have to try again. Spinning back in his own end is Hasty to Beetle. Middle of the ice, head up through the neutral zone was, and now here comes Young. Young might have numbers. Instead he tries to flip it up and around. We saw him do that in the first period as well. Swab was able to jump out and cover it up.
It's a real good defensive play as well, and you'll get another look at it here. Just a smart play there. Number 23, Jordan Denesiak, Edmonton, Alberta native, 24 years old, makes a smart play there. Just keep your man to the outside the way Swab's playing. I don't think he'll have any problem with any shots from distance.
Lackton's shot was deflected wide into the corner. Here's Luke Loomer. Loomer squeezed off the puck by Harris, and now Wilson will chip it in. That one, though, is going to go for icing as well. So once again, Morinville's going to have a defensive zone draw to take care of.
Nanton with a real strong start to this third period, carrying over that momentum they gained towards the end of the second thanks to that late goal. And Morinville did have a little bit of a offensive zone pressure time earlier on, but it's mostly been Nanton here so far in period number 3. We'll see if this is just one of those waves of momentum they can ride, or if Morinville can hold on and then do some damage of their own.
Loomer scramble dry. He's able to jump the line a little bit here and go pick it up in the corner. He got rubbed out on the boards, and looks like he took a bit of a shoulder up high. He goes down low after Harris as well. Slobodian trying to clear it, but he's got Loomer all over him. Ferocious forecheck from number 8. And now Lund is going to pick this one up. Play towards the middle of the ice. It skipped everyone. Young fires one, and it goes high and over the net, rimming around. Here's Lund. Lund plays it to the middle of the ice. It bounces around, and now Lund is still on it. This line for Nanton just putting in some work. Trying to get anything, throwing everything on net, trying to beat Swab. Harris to Granger. Granger to the line. They're going to say it is out, and now Granger's going to take advantage and start skating with it. Blown dead on the offside, though. Granger's unhappy with that.
Yeah, a little glove pass there. So it was either going to be offside on the one side or a glove pass on the other, and somebody finally touched it, and it's going to be the face-off is going to be in the same spot regardless. So the only way we could have prevented that is if everybody would just sat around and waited for a long time, Nanton cleared the zone, then played it, but we'll just do it this way.
Puck pumped in now by Nanton. Swab out to play it and just stop it for Lajamadier. Carr now cutting through the ice. He's showcased his speed and hands a little bit, and right there going inside out, a shot, and just getting a piece of it at the last second was a Nanton defender, and that faceoff's going to stay inside as the net goes off.
How about the moves from Carr? Silky mitts goes between the legs, and then at the end of it, the Nanton player runs into the post. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it knocked the net loose, so caused a stoppage here. Just off to the glove hand side of Brady Rollo.
Carr on the draw now after that scoring chance. He lost it though. McMurdo held in at the line by Nanton. A shot from Ray just goes high and wide. Good look there from Morinville. Driving wide now, throwing another backhand in front, and now the second time this period here. We've seen Rollo, instead of reaching with the glove, he drops the stick and covers it up with the blocker.
I guess it's the closer hand.
I guess.
Makes sense in that way, but it's a little unorthodox. He did down here too, the other end, yeah.
The thing that interests me though is that does he feel more comfortable with that? Because the goal from Nolte was because he couldn't reach his glove hand down in time. Goalies are weird, man. You were a goalie.
Goalies are weird. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a fair comment. I've always get nervous when they reach out with the blocker because there's less padding on that blocker hand because you got to be able to hold the stick. And, well, when sticks, other ones are flying in there, it's a good way to get your fingers hurt.
Helgeson trying to force it a little deeper. That one fired off the glass and out. It's a rolling puck, though, so there's not going to be enough for icing. Lackton back trying to start a breakout. He got pressured, and McRae almost forced a turnover. Here's Tracy now. Tracy, quick pass up to Helgeson. Left winger for Nanton. He's been flying so far tonight, and his high lob will be a perfect one. McMurdo down to get it to Helgeson. Helgeson to the front of the net, and it just hopped over a stick of a cutting in Palomino, and there's another chance. Swab stops it once. The puck bounces around, and Morinville's able to clear it out to the top of the zone, and a bouncing puck eventually gets out. Here's Tracy. Tracy to the middle of the ice, and Nanton now just fine with slowing things down a little bit. Crunching hit in the neutral zone. Both teams looking for a break as Young just spins and throws one around the board. Swab will just simply stop it. Swab not one to go out and actually play the puck. He'll go stop it, makes life easier on his defenders. We've already seen though in the early game today, those two goalies like to come out and not just stop it. They like coming out and playing it, trying to be that third defenseman on the breakout.
It didn't cost him any, so that's always a positive. Sometimes when you touch the puck enough, you're going to make an error, but
it's always a positive till the goalie turns one over and then everyone goes, just stay in the net.
Yeah, exactly. Heard that many times.
Slobodian. Play up to the blue line. They couldn't quite force it deep. So Nanton will just wheel around and work their way back up. That puck all the way down, and they are going to blow it dead on an icing. I thought there was a couple chances there for a guy to reach out and touch it. Nonetheless, faceoff comes back.
There's Helgeson in front. Didn't get anything on that. That's a great box out there by number 23 on the Morinville Kings, Jordan Danesiak, who you don't see a lot offensively, but in his own end, real solid. Just one of those guys that you need to protect your own goal. Maybe not going to put up a lot of big numbers offensively, but somebody who's going to keep the puck out of your own net.
There's a shot from the line from Wilson. It was deflected by Granger. Didn't quite make it through. Now here's Loomer. Loomer, his long shot steered aside by the paddle of Swab. Loomer got it right back, goes to Lund. Lund, his shot just goes wide. Not sure if Swab got a piece of that. Wilson trying to tie up his man going into the end boards. He doesn't. Loomer again throwing one on net. Clear directive here from this line. They're forcing everything on net. And now the goal is off, so we're probably going to have to get a whistle in a second here.
Looks like the official's maybe going to try to just put it back if he can. Or maybe not. He might just watch it.
And now they're finally going to blow it dead. I was just trying to observe what was going to happen here. I'm not sure why they didn't just, like, the official had time to just push it back on the net, and you see that from time to time.
Yeah, or he yells at the goalie to push it back on himself if the time is available, and there certainly was time for Swab to do so.
It seems like they're investigating it a little bit more now. Might be an issue with that. Swab clearly has something to say about it. 11:44 to go here in the third period. Nanton Palominos all tied up at 2 with the Morinville Kings. Nanton in the Boston Bruin-esque jerseys, the black with yellow trim. Morinville wearing those are Morinville's got some sharp threads on them too. The Kings kind of wear that main gray jersey. They wore it as a Stadium Series jersey a couple of years ago, but I like this look, the old, not a vintage Kings logo, but the crown logo that they don't wear anymore either.
And you can see in the program, you see their other jersey, their dark jerseys, the purple and gold Kings with this crown logo. So a couple of interesting looks here from Morinville Kings, and I appreciate it for sure.
Back to scoop it up now is Beadle. Goes to Dylan. Dylan will shovel one out into the neutral zone, but it missed his teammates. Deneziuk will play one back now. Both these teams just playing a little bit of neutral zone ping pong now. Ray will force one around. Rubbing out a defender now, trying to keep the pressure alive here from Morinville with 11 minutes to go. Beadle, hard rim. Helgeson now stepping in over the line. It's a one-on-one. Helgeson just using his body to shield off a defender, but nice play by Deneziuk to get right in there and break that play up, and it'll spark a rush back the other way. Here's Ray. Ray to the middle of the ice. Notice with the buildup of snow now, icings will be a little bit less common. A long stretch pass. Helgeson winds, fires, and his stick betrayed him, blowing up in his hands on the hard slapper, and he'll head to the bench for a change. Tracy, D to D to Lacton. Lacton to the middle. Hetmer, Young, long shot, and that one skipped on out of play and under the mesh. Tied at 2, we'll get a face-off outside of the Morinville zone.
You see Helgeson all ready to just walk into one, and then all of a sudden the stick explodes. What a shame that is, because Helgeson had all sorts of time, and it looked like he was just going to wire one. Half a period left and still tied at 2, and the shots are still 29-29. What a game this has been. A treat on day 1 here at the Senior AA Provincials.
You never want to say anything because the way hockey is, one bounce late in the game can change things, but the way these two teams have been going, I'm smelling overtime, Grayson.
Either that or next goal wins, yeah.
Plett to the middle. Nolte just missed it. Now Tracy will wheel back. Boy, Eddie Tracy skates well. Always back in time, but isn't afraid to hop up in the rush either. Here's Young, had that puck just knocked off his stick, and there's Swab coming out to play the puck as well, steering it clear of any danger. To the middle of the ice now, here's Plett. Plett coming in with Lund. Drop pass, missed everyone. There's a big hit at the line as well, and I think we might be getting a penalty out of that one here. It's going to be an elbowing call, and we'll get another look at that one quickly. Oh, yeah, there was definitely contact with the head there.
Definitely contact with the head. I don't think it was an elbow per se. I think that's just literally just a height mismatch with Young hitting his man. Finishes, though, with the elbow coming up. Makes it look like it's an elbow. So, tough penalty to take right now for Jonathan Young and the Nanton Palominos as Morinville goes back to the power play. This will be their 5th of the contest, 1 for 4 thus far.
Hetmer and Helgeson are the penalty killers. The power play unit for Morinville has Peltier, Wilson, and there's a shot from Peltier, blocked, and now going in the other way. It's a breakaway for Helgeson. Helgeson, a bit of separation, shoots, and what a save, but he was hauled down. Are we getting a penalty shot? No, it's a tripping call on Peltier, so we'll go to 4-on-4.
Refs should call more penalty shots.
They should. A great play, though, by Helgeson to get in the lane and then just to keep his head down and keep skating to create that separation.
Like, he's clearly on a breakaway.
He is.
And he gets tripped. I don't know why it's not a penalty shot.
I think it's because he got the good scoring chance off it. That's usually the crutch the officials will use for it. But I'm in your corner on this. More penalty shots, please.
If you've heard the name Kenton Helgeson before, it's a pretty common name. Of course, he played for the Calgary Hitmen in the Western Hockey League, was a captain in 2014-15. So, well-known player. Bounced around the East Coast League a little bit. Utah, Indy, Orlando, Norfolk. So a little bit of minor pro as well.
2 minutes for Trenton.
Speaking of sweet jerseys, the Orlando Sun Bears have some of the best pro jerseys going.
Yeah,
they're a
those
burst
are solid.
of color.
It's very Orlando.
It is. Back at the line. Morinville looking to hold it in, shoveling it down low is Thomas. Got a minute 23 here of 4-on-4, and then it'll be a very, very brief power play for Nanton. Forcing it deep. Swab out to play it. Lund was going to get it. Morinville was there first, though. Here's Carr. Carr, a quick backhander to the middle. Granger now coming in one-on-one with Tracy. Granger burning him, and look at that play by Tracy. A little bit of desperation from number 42 to break up that chance. Back at the line, not out. Thomas, his pass was blocked, and now they finally do have to retreat. Here's Loomer, though. Loomer, partial break, couldn't quite corral a rolling puck. Play to the middle now. Here's a look, cutting in. A quick shot, high and over the net from Eisberner.
Take a look at that defensive play by Eddie Tracy, 26-year-old, Calgary, Alberta. Played with Okotoks in the Heritage Junior League, Junior B. And then good reaction from Schwab. That thing flying off the back glass, and he had to be quick to react, catch it on the backhand, not allow it to bounce in off of him or create an opportunity out front.
Slobodian going D to D, misses him. Back at the line, here's Lacton. Lacton driving wide, throws it in front. Nice paddle there by Swab to break it up, and it's going to spark a rush the other way. Finding a teammate on the far side, breaking in. Here's a look, 2-on-1, waiting, surveying, bringing it around, holding on to it. Back at the top, flies a shot, just goes low and wide. That was Nolte on that rush and showing some extreme patience.
Yeah, Nolte. Well, he's on 2 goals already, looking for 3. That time looked it for Matthew Felice. Haven't said his name much, but he had a pretty good chance there in the high slot.
Great job by Nolte to find him there. Here's Hotmer now all over a loose puck. Hotmer driving wide, playing it to the middle, and once again, I think the nets come off. It is giving Swab some problems there. He knocks it on himself that time. Here's Harris now. Harris almost losing it. Now here's a chance. Young, quick shot, and it hit up high on Swab. He was able to steer it aside, recover. Here's Young now behind the net, trying to play it to the middle. Couldn't. Peltier back the other way now. Peltier cutting in, drop pass. Can they make one more? And no. Wilson now shielding off a defender to Peltier. Toe drag shot blocked in the slot by Tyler Haste. We are now back to 5-on-5 hockey here as Nanton's power play expires. Here's Young. Young trying to go inside, outside. He got stopped up. Back at the line now. Dylan holds it in fresh off the bench. Dylan shovels it down low. Hetmer's shot just goes wide. Carr, will just shovel it out into the neutral zone. Tracy there to his partner Lacton. Into the neutral zone. Pumped in deep by Loomer. Got it right back though. Lacton pushes it in deep. Lajmadier was back to get it. He got knocked down. Morinville able to recover, no harm from it. As Lajmadier was a little slow to get up behind the play, and Morinville now ice the puck, so with 6:20 to go. That faceoff's going to come back into the Morinville end.
There you can see the net come off there. It's just Swab just trying to push off the post that knocks it off, and then there's that chance off the head from Young, and Swab didn't know where it was. It hits you in the head, it rattles you a little bit, you're not sure where the puck is, and fortunately for Swab, Young wasn't able to find it and tuck it in behind him, but down to about 6 minutes left, we're still tied at 2.
Thomas, he's had a strong game so far here tonight. To Brennan, long stretch pass. His shot was low and wide. Cavell, his shot was blocked. Brennan has it now below the goal line. Brennan, a play in front. Backdoor, Thomas shoots. He scores! Morinville jumps out in front. Jordan Thomas, quick wrister. And with 6:01 to go, could it be next goal wins?
Tom Brennan, nice find out there. Wilson comes pinching in just a little bit, and then he puts it upstairs. That's a great shot. And it does give Morinville a big lead here with only 6 minutes to play.
Thomas was nice and fired up, and deservedly so. He's been buzzing so far tonight, and finally one of his shots finds the back of the net. The young defenseman.
Morinville's goal scored by number 18, Jordan Thomas. assisted by number
One more look at it.
Tom Brennan. Time of the goal, 6:01.
Brennan
that
just
play by
gathers
Brennan.
it off the skate, yeah.
And he saw him pinching in real well, and Thomas made absolutely no mistake, and you see the celebration right there. Nanton now going to need to crank things up a notch. Nolte working his way up inside and trying to jump around to check. He did a play in front, laying down to block that, though, as a Nanton defender. A great play as this one goes all the way back down the ice. Icing will be the call. Slobodian was just out of reach from it. Faceoff comes back into the Nanton end.
So Nanton only has 5.5 minutes left to try to find an equalizer. I mean, they did with 22 seconds left in the second period, so it's not like they can't not do it, even if they do tend to leave it late. We'll see when they decide to go with the empty net if we get that far.
Harris throws it in front, and they bang around, and in a bit of a quick whistle there, bails out Brady Rollo.
Yeah, Harris just kind of throws it in front. It actually goes off the stick
Yeah.
of Rollo back into his pad. It was never covered up. That the referee just lost sight of it. I think he was just on the other side. That was the only reason.
5:30 to go. Shots 32-31 in favor of Nanton, yet they trail in this one. It's been a tight one, though. Harris on the draw. He's already won one this shift. Helgeson got waved out. Scramble draw taken by Lacton. Now he'll look to ignite a breakout. Play towards the middle to Helgeson. They're going to say it got deflected, so no icing. Swab's got to come out and play it. He's got to be careful with it, and lucky for him, it rolled over the stick of Hotmer. Down low. Helgeson in front. Hotmer jamming away, and McMurdo almost jumped on a loose puck as well. A couple of really close looks there as Granger will just whack it up and out of place. We'll get another stoppage here with 5:05 to go.
Yeah, that one really tight to the net there. Hetmer right on the doorstep, just not a lot of room. There was a stick in the way, then Swab was there. That would have taken a lot to try to muscle that one in over the line.
Carr on the draw, tried to push it up. It was stopped, though. Loomer had the opening goal for Nanton. He shovels it down low. Swab's got to come out and actually play it. Nanton was all over it, though. Lajermadier, backhander, tried to rim it around. Lacton's going to be there to meet it. They battle at the top of the zone. Lacton comes away with it. Down low to Lund. Lund play in front. Missed the net. Tracy will chip a backhander down low. Lund giving chase on to Peltier, and Lund actually got there first. Lund surveying his option. Goes back to the point. Him and Tracy give and go. That one, low pass going down low, and he had Lacton pinching in. Good vision there by Lund to see his teammate going to the net, and Ray spinning off a check. Couldn't get the puck deep, though, so Nanton holds possession. 4:20 to go. Lund to the middle. Here's a chance. Young, quick shot, and the comeback from Thomas. He has a goal, and he might have prevented one right there with a quick stick.
Absolutely, that was really good, and this is just smart right here. Nice spin move there by number 87, Tyler Stevenson for Morinville there. Otherwise, he would have been in trouble. And then, yeah, just a good stick getting back there from Thomas to prevent a scoring chance for Nanton.
Face-off won by Morinville. Thomas is there to calmly play it around the boards. Ships it up, and now Morinville's out of their own end. That pass, though, deflected, sent back down, and a break here for the Kings as they're going to get an icing call against Beetle and Nanton, and it'll come back into the Palominos' end.
Chance to just relieve some of the pressure. Nanton obviously kind of knowing what's at stake here. You don't want to drop any points, especially in only a 3-game round robin.
Even if you lose one in OT in your first game, it does still kind of set you up nice in the perspective that you would, to some extent, control your destiny when it comes to making it to the medal round.
And you do have that 1 point at least in the bank, so it helps.
D and Brennan fired one just high and over the net. 3:45 to go. Are you in the position that you'd rather have the goalie out earlier rather than later? Like, when's your sweet spot?
If it's only a 1-goal deficit, about a minute and a half, 90 seconds. I think that's as much as your big guns can go for. I know some guys, Patrick Wasser, to the whole thing, like just get them out with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
So, but then you got to worry about maybe you have to have a line change and if that kind of thing. You just don't want to get caught on something like that. That shot was easily swallowed up there by Ty Schwab, who's done rather well here. 258 goals against average, 920 save percentage during the regular season in the North Central Hockey League.
McCroot thrown out of the faceoff. Young, a quick shot. It was blocked, though. Good job by Morinville here tonight getting into the lanes. Lackton wheeling back, leaves it for Tracy. Tracy's going to jump up into the rush. Chipping one down into the corner, and 42 is going to say, I'll go get it myself. Running over a defenseman behind the net was Tracy, but Nolte is able to come up with the loose puck. Creeping towards that 3-minute mark. Tracy on his own point will shovel a backhander down low to Young. Young, a chance at the side of the net. They bang away at it, and Ty Schwab able to hang on to that one.
Good to look at that play behind the net initially. Big hit here as Eddie Tracy coming in. Full head of steam, runs over his guy, and then that gets taken down for good measure. That's fine, and then trying to just stuff it in there. Ty Schwab shutting the door. No holes in his game thus far.
Off the draw, bit of a scramble, back to the point now. Haste, long shot, blocked again. He waits and this time shovels one into the corner. Lund trying to get a stick on that and keep the play alive. Eventually he grabs possession at the top. Beadle, a long shot, was looking for a deflection from Loomer, didn't quite get it. Morinville forced to just rim it around and fire it out, so that one will go for icing. 2:40 to go. Offense's own faceoff for Nanton. I have a feeling this one's going to go right down to the wire, if it hasn't already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been that kind of a game right from the get-go here. Nanton trying to just up the pressure right now. Again, they know it's at stake, so.
Another scramble draw, another area these two teams have been very close tonight has been face-offs. Here's Beadle. Beadle to the middle. And now breaking back in, Helgeson looked it off. Here's Hotmer. Hotmer to the middle, McMurdo, and his shot was broken up. And again, that net came off. It's been giving Schwab problems this entire period. And again, it's whistled down.
This one is Helgeson just kind of gets driven into it. And the Morinville players just kind of trying to sell it off like he didn't push him in, trying to get a delay a game or a face-off outside the zone at least. However, it's going to stay inside, and not sure if they're going to need to get the drill out here or what kind of a system. Looks like just the old peg with a spike in the bottom system they have here in Wainwright. So referee seems satisfied with the stability of the net, so off we go.
Face off one cleanly back. Took a bit of a funny bounce off that Zamboni door. You mentioned that earlier. On these kind of rinks, you never really know where there's going to be a rut in the boards or anything like that. And the Zamboni door is definitely an area we've been keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I earlier hit. There's two stanchions that are so close right there on either side, and it's hit a couple and bounced out funny, especially when teams are trying to clear the zone.
Another face-off. Hotmer, though, couldn't win this one. Morinville will just spin and send it off the end boards on the back end. Up here comes Carr. Carr having a really solid game off the rush. He's generated some good offensive looks. Here's Ray. Ray surveys, Wade shoots, and that one I'm not even sure if that got through to Brody Rollo. It didn't really look like he knew where it went. Nanton regrouping now. They got exactly a minute 55 here to get one more goal and try to force overtime. Helgeson dropping his shoulder. He eventually gets thrown down, though, and Morinville's able to come out with the puck off the boards.
Rollo was halfway out of his net that time. We'll see if Nanton gets possession again, if he goes the whole way this time. And it'll be interesting here as it's an icing call.
He's going to hop right out now as it's an icing call. So the offensive zone face-off for Nanton, and now 6 guys on the ice for it. Rollo's off. The net is empty.
This Rollo save on Ray, that long distance shot. Well, Rollo's going to do the all
he's halfway.
Top of the circles. Wait to see if his team wins the draw before he goes.
I disagree with that. Get him out. Even like if you would have had 6 guys right now, you probably would have been able to grab possession. You have the extra guy in the corner.
There. That's the argument, right? But you lose it clean and you're in trouble right away. So Rollo still hanging out back in the crease now as
Lackner. Cross ice play. Coming in now with it.
It's gone now.
Net is empty behind the net. Cutting in front of play. They bang away at it. Lund pulls it out. Lund now swinging as it came through the middle of the slot. There's the announcement. We're in the final minute of play here. Morinville clinging to a 3-2 lead. Nanton looking to put together some pressure. And Nanton ices the puck. So that likely means Rollo's going to have to come back into the cage. He will. So back onto the ice comes the Palominos tender. We're back to 5-on-5 now for the time being. 51 seconds to go. Harris on the draw for Morinville. Hotmer on the draw for Nanton. Helgeson's out there as well. He's been dangerous tonight. Had a shorthanded breakaway he almost converted earlier this period. Harris doing his best to pin it below the Nanton net. Can't score if it's in the other team's end. Helgeson, though, will bring it out. He hits the red line. He sends it deep. First one on it is McMurdo. He lost the puck. They're trying to pin it down low. Play in front, and that one will actually skip out of the zone. So 20 seconds to go. Last chance here for Nanton. Hayes goes D to D. That puck bounced on him towards the open net, but just wide. Granger giving chase on to Haste. Granger, though, knocked down. No call. 10 seconds left. Time for one more rush. Lund cutting in, and they're going to go offside with 7.9 seconds to go. Things looking bleak right now for Nanton as they trail 3-2.
Yeah, just a good stick here. Nanton just holding up at the line, and then extra pass, and Lund just kept going. Didn't slow down in time, and going to get a timeout here called by Nanton.
And Nanton's going to need to draw up something pretty creative here if they're going to find a way to get a goal.
A little surprised they didn't take it actually after they iced it the last time.
Yeah.
Just to kind of organize themselves, maybe get a break. One last shift here, but they'll try to draw something up right now. Wonder what they're talking about. I doubt it's dinner plans afterwards.
And when you have that neutral zone face-off, there's not really a lot you can do with it with just 7 seconds left. I mean, the obvious play would be maybe send a guy to the far side boards to try to really strong forehand win it over. But, I mean, all Morinville's really got to do is read that. But here you go. You can see Haste coming right to the bottom of your screen here. He's set up on the far side. Morinville not doing a lot to get over there. So they're going to try win it back and then a hard pass over to Haste. I'd imagine that's the play.
And then he just shoots it, everyone goes to the net, maybe get a rebound, a tip, something like that.
It's got to go perfectly because there's no time for error. Face off, one back clean, across to Haste, just like they drew it up. Haste, a long shot off the end boards. Another chance, they throw it towards the net off the side of the goal. And time will expire. The Morinville Kings hang on for a 3-2 win, but boy, did Nanton make it close at the end.
Yeah, they did exactly what you thought they were going to do. Put the guy on the near boards, he gets the pass, and then everybody kind of just scrambles towards the net. And unfortunately, the shot wasn't on. They couldn't get the second attempt, and then Morinville was able to just run the clock out, and that's the end of it. Morinville Kings go to 1-0. They have 3 points. Nanton, unfortunately, falls to 0-1, and they'll have to fight their way back now.
We'll get to the player of the game presentations here in a second, as we will every game here at the Senior AA Men's Hockey Provincials. Also, the teams will shake hands, as they do after every single game. For Morinville, 1-0 to start this tournament here, and you beat a team who, I mean, you still might face them in the finals. These are going to be two of the better teams in this tournament. They're the two champions that are here at Provincials. That's a fantastic way to start your tournament on such a high note.
Yeah, and especially against a team that's won bronze last year. They won gold 2 years ago, silver 3 years ago. Nanton Palominos, you pretty much just chalk them up for a medal of some color at these Senior AA Provincials. But off to a tough start. It's a pretty good Morinville Kings squad that, won their first championship title at a senior level. And look at this, they went to the provincial tournament, and now they've picked up a victory in their debut game. So good stuff from the Morinville Kings.
for Nanton, you dropped to 0-1, but there's some perspective to go along with this. And I mean, we saw Brady Rollo skating back to his net. He's clearly upset. It stings when you lose a close game, and when you go up against a good team like Morinville and you feel like it was 3 points that you could have grabbed. But I mean, you lost to one of the better teams. You still have 2 games left. You control your own destiny.
Thing is, you got to realize too that you played good hockey.
Yeah.
You don't have to change too much. Couple bounces one way or the other was really kind of the decision here, and they have to just go back and realize that, hey, we're still in this thing. Got 2 more games left. Player of the game for the Morinville Kings is number 15, Tim Nolte. Couple of goals.
He was buzzing early on, and he was one of those guys right from the start of the game. He was skating hard, forechecking hard. He was one of the quicker guys on the ice.
Kenton Helgeson, the player of the game for Nanton. Both number 15s. As Helgeson was very good, an assist as well, and he had just a number of chances here.
So we'll be back 8:30.
Yep.
Lethbridge taking on the hometown Wainwright. That'll be game 3 here tonight, but this second game here, it's kind of set a bar because that was a thriller.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one to top. You hate to have those ones so early in the tournament because now you're like, oh, the best one was really early on. We saw that called Volleyball Nationals a couple weekends ago. Maybe the best game was the first one until the last day, but back we go to the highlights, and there's that little flip that Jonathan Young tried a couple of times, and Ty Swab, like, what can we say about these 2 netminders, Swab and Rollo? They were just so good tonight, and it took pretty much perfect shots to beat him. Nolte right through the wickets there.
Player of the game, Nolte. That was his first of 2. Like you said, his second one was just jumping on a loose puck. We get a look at that here in a second.
Yeah, this was the one that they scored, just chipping it forward to even things up at 1. Luke Loomer going upstairs thanks to a little smart play by Brody Eisbrenner.
You could tell how bad both these teams wanted to. Just watch the celebrations. Like, guys were getting so fired up when they scored, which was great to see. And here's that massive hit in the neutral zone. Shoulder on shoulder contact. A good, clean, classic hockey body check.
Yeah, I love that. And then Morinville going up 2-1. The shot initially from Lejmodier, and then Nolte just quickest to the puck, and he whacks it past Rollo to make it 2-1 for the Kings. Then with only 22 seconds left in the period. Oh, first up, this hit. That was number 20, Lacton, who held up there. And then this is the goal right here. Hetmer getting it to go. 22 seconds left, set up what was a really good third period. Little bit of a tentativeness, but yeah, that's pretty much it. As here's the winning goal, and
that was just a great feed from Brennan out of the corner too, to recognize that Thomas had some space to skate into, and there's the shot and the great celebration. That's going to do it for us here. We'll be back at 8:30. It's Lethbridge taking on the host Wainwright team. I'm Tyler Yaremchuk. This has been an ICU video procast. Dave Foley on the camera. Our switcher for tonight's game was Alex Testowich, and Rob Zitla was our fantastic director. 3-2, Morinville gets their first win of the tournament. We'll be back at 8:30 for more hockey here from beautiful Wainwright, Alberta.